Simplify, Expelliarmus, Impedimenta. Bye.
Did you catch that? Aaron is a huge Harry Potter fan. Huge. Can you tell? So we wanted to make our very own magic wands. Are you impressed? We have put together some super awesome magic wands using just a wooden dowel and some hot glue and some paint. So follow along and see if you can create your very own magic wand.
And make sure to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe down below. Thanks, guys. For this project, we will be using some wooden dowels to make wands just like these two. I bought a set of wooden dowels from the store. You can find them even at the dollar store, I believe. I think these were like $2. I'm also going to be using some hot glue. And I let Aaron do it by himself too. I have some acrylic craft paint, gold, black. We'll be using some silver, a couple different colors. I have a couple different paint brushes that we'll be using as well. And then you can see I've also put paper down to kind of protect the table. All right, so our hot glue guns are nice and warmed up, and Aaron's starting by just holding the dowel in one hand, and then he's just kind of turning it as he presses the hot glue with the other hand. And he's starting on one end, trying to get it nice and full of hot glue, and then we'll just kind of add whatever design he wants along the side. And he kind of twists it as he works. I'm going to go ahead and start on mine as well. I'm really trying to build up the end with some hot glue, and then am twisting it as I work as well. And you can add straight lines, you can add wavy lines, you can do really whatever kind of design or pattern you want to do, or you don't even need a design or pattern. You can just do all kinds of crazy lines. It still ends up looking pretty cool. So we're both just adding different patterns and designs on the end of our wand. Now, it's up to you if you want to do it on the entire wooden dowel, or if you only want to do it kind of where your hand would be holding and then leave part of the dowel smooth. So we've done it both ways. We've done wands where it's all the way up, and then we've left some smooth. And I personally like to leave a little bit. So you can see, like on mine right now, I'm marking off where I want my hot glue to end. And then everything to the left of that is going to be just the smooth stick. But again, that's also up to you. These are super fun in that you can make them however you want. You can design them your own way. So we are just adding all kinds of little patterns and designs on ours. I found too that once you let the glue harden, it's easier to build it up more. So if you want certain sections to be especially thick or especially high, then it's good to let that section harden first and then add another layer of hot glue. So we're just holding it with one hand, spinning our sticks as we go, adding all kinds of fun things and being careful not to burn our fingers. So keeping that hot tip of the glue gun away from our fingers. So if you are a kid trying this at home, make sure that mom or dad are around to help so that we're not having hot glue run into our fingers. When I do this with my twins, who are 6, I hold the hot glue gun and then they hold their wand, and then they kind of tell me where to put it. So it's kind of a team effort with them. Now Aaron's trying to pull the strings off, but his glue is not quite hard enough yet. So it's better to kind of wait until your glue is hard and then pull all the strings off. Otherwise, the strings will just keep coming and coming and coming. So he's finding that out the hard way. Hot glue does get stringy, and the stringy parts don't always look the best for the wands. So it's better to just kind of let it dry and then go back in and kind of pull those extra strings off. Now you can see I'm working on the tip of my wand, and my tip is actually dry, so I'm going in and adding a little bit more glue to the tip just to make it kind of stand out a little bit more. Aaron is now able to pull more of the strings off since his is a little bit more dry too. And he is almost ready to paint. You see all the strings he pulled off? They're sticking to his fingers. And we are going to let our glue harden just like this, so you can see kind of what it looks like once we've added all of our glue. And now we're going to go ahead and add some paint. So I have kind of some wider brushes, flat brushes, and I'm starting off with kind of a darker color on the base part of my wand. I'm using kind of a brown, and Aaron's using like a grayish black, so his is going to be a little bit darker than mine. And at this point you want to really try to get paint in all the little cracks and crevices in between where that glue is. So I'm kind of using my brush to scrub the paint into my wand. I want to try to get rid of all of my glue and my wood look so that all you see is the paint color. We're going to add 2 different coats of paint. So I'm usually starting with the darker coat first. So in my case, I'm using brown, and Aaron's using like a black with a little bit of gray mixed in. And then after that, we will add a lighter color on the top just to add kind of like the highlights. So make sure you do your darkest part first with your paintbrush, and then add the lights after that. And you can see again, it's easiest to hold it with one hand and then paint with the other hand so that you can be twisting and turning your wand as you work. Now the tricky part to this is when you get to the end of your wand and there's nowhere else to hold. So you can either let it dry and come back and paint the end, or I'm pretty sure Aaron and I just painted our fingers a little bit with our wand, which was fine too. Now the acrylic paint we're using does stain clothes, so we're trying to be careful not to get it on our clothes, but if you get it on your hands, it should wash off no problem. If you do get it on your clothes, you can wash it out right away and it'll come out as well. Here are our wands. Now for the lighter color of paint, we just tried to make it so that the paint only hit where the glue was. So we just kind of turned our paintbrushes sideways and barely skimmed across the top of the glue, which leaves a pretty awesome effect. So there you have it, some examples of some wands. Have fun with this, guys. Get creative. There are all kinds of fun things that you can do, and we would love to see how yours turn out. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.